G'day fellas, and welcome to a different type of video. We are doing a chill cast today. That is correct, a chill cast. Essentially, we're not going to be taking things too seriously. We're not going to be up on the mic talking too hard, and we're not going to be speaking in our loud voice like we normally do. We're just going to be chilling out. You got chat down here on the bottom of the screen, so if you want to talk to them, you can talk to them. I'll probably talk to you, because if you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to be a little bit in the past. But let's talk about what we've got on our hands today. So we've got a little bit of a game between MNM and MYI Bullet Chen, who we're just going to be calling Bullet Chen because MYI is his clan. Oh, I just realized I do not have all my hotkeys set up in this game mode, so we're going to be doing it the good old-fashioned way up in the top right-hand corner. Now, you guys can see that the game is going along up here because it's a live game. This is part of the ranked beta, but there doesn't seem to be too many changes coming through to the this for the spectator. So unfortunately, not a lot of changes. Now, we have had production queue has been added in the most recent beta, but it's not in the replays. So we're still going to have to go back to like your old school, like, you know, the way that we sort of select the military. But anyway, yeah, I digress. But let's talk a little bit about this game, because we've got ourselves a Delhi versus HRE game. The map King of the Hill, I mean, it's a pretty good spawn here for both players. I'd say a little bit more favorable for MNM, just because on the south side you can see it's pretty easy for him to come in, and typically on these King of the Hill games, I might close this one up as well. So typically on these games, or on these maps, you're going to want to be attacking the sacred site, and typically you want to try and flank it as a general rule. You always want to try and have that as an option, and you can see it's going to be very easy for him to do that. But by the same token, it should be easy for Delhi to defend this site, because he does have this nice little cliff face in here. But at the same time, you know, if MNM comes in here and puts down a keep right here and a keep right there, how's Bullet Chen going to be pushing into that? Who knows? Who knows? But look, one of the things that we've been noticing, Delhi is getting up there. Delhi is really strong at the moment in the most recent patch. I don't know about you guys. I'm loving Delhi at the moment. I haven't played any yet, but I'm gonna play some. I can tell you that much. I'm gonna be playing some Delhi. I'm gonna be getting some Delhi under my belt, because I mean, they're just looking really good. The thing that really gets me is, like, you look at this, right? Specialized pick. Okay, for the Holy Roman Empire player, it costs 250 resources, and it takes 1 minute and 15. Compare that over to the Delhi player over here, and it's 4 minutes and 25 seconds. So basically, you're taking, like, what? Maybe 3.5 times longer, but it comes in for free. And by the time it comes in, like, you got to think about it, right? Like, if we go over to Bullet Chen's perspective, okay, he's going to be clicking up any second. There's the age up, so probably going to be dropping down here. Nope, over here. So Dome of the Faith goes down at 3 minutes. He's going to be clicking up or aging up with this at probably like just shy of 5 minutes. He's going to have this by 9 minutes. Like, that's a pretty good timing. You're not going to have these upgrades by 9 minutes typically. And that obviously comes down as well. If he gets a mosque in as well, actually he's already got a mosque. Don't know about this mosque position though. I will say that much, Mr. Bullet Chen. This mosque would have been much better positioned up over here in between these two bad boys here. Now, he is grabbing his wheelbarrow. Also not grabbing his forestry, so a little bit of a mistake. Yeah. We got Zanubi in the chat saying Aussie Drongo and Grubby double Delhi revisited. Yeah, I think so. It'll probably be a little bit of a Delhi mirror, I suspect. Me and him might find each other on the ladder eventually when it comes to that sort of stuff. But yeah, he's managed to pick up quite a few of these sheep. So I did see that MNM started off with a double scout opening. Going to be going for the Arkan Chapel here as well. But yes, indeed, Orothor, the mosque Wi-Fi is out of range, so the mosque obviously buffs up.
Down under.
Oh, who we got coming in?
Thank you very much.
We got Kempen.
Did you know that if you have Amazon Prime, you can use it to sub to Drongo for free?
That's true, Kempen. Thank you very much for reminding everybody. That is very true. Yeah, so the mosque Wi-Fi, a little bit out of range here. I don't think you would have been able to get all 3 of these resources, but definitely would have been able to get 2 if you went for here, or 2 up in this position as well. So a little bit of a mistake. Dome of the Faith almost complete now, but back over on the HRE side, we've got Arkan Chapel going up. So, I mean, the standard thing that you would expect here, as you guys know, there's a couple of different build orders that you can do. We'll check in with him and see what he's doing, but it looks like he's going to be going for the Professional Scouts build order. So, Professional Scouts build order, just use standard sort of researching Professional Scouts. Now, he's got double Scouts out already. So we've got one scout here. Actually, that's his opponent. We've got one scout here. And there was a second scout somewhere else. Let me check. Reveal map. There she is. Just up here to the north. So he's got 2 scouts out already. So he could just ferry these deer in very slowly. I think that's probably the play. So I suspect we're probably going to start to see players do this a lot more. So go for the professional scouts, which he's going to do. He's got the house. Actually, that's why he didn't go for the professional scouts so early, because he was housed. So you go for the professional scouts early, but you just do it with two scouts. So instead of going in for a stable and going in for like 7 scouts, just going for 2 scouts, a little bit more relaxed. That way you're just getting in like your slow trickle of deer. You're not prioritizing it too much. And I think that's a pretty smart move. So I like that a lot. Ark and Chapel position, really good. So Eminem, 10 out of 10 when it comes to your position on this Ark and Chapel. Just absolutely awesome job. With that one, gets the gold mine, gets the wood line, at least, what little there is, because it's a very small wood line, and also gets the town center as well, so really nice job. Yeah, the only thing that you probably could have done is maybe moved it like 1 square up to the north, but I mean, realistically, it's still pretty good. Let's go have a look over at the opponent's side, Bullet Chen, see what he's up to, because he is double towering, double outposting up the middle sacred site, and I like this play. I think this is a smart move. He's going to be going for Sanctity. We can see at the moment it's sitting with a minute left before he finishes researching that, so probably going to be sending out his scholar relatively soon to come out and capture that. Obviously, this map's only got the 1 sacred side, so I think it's quite a good play to go for it early. If you can put up a good defense, you can definitely win your game before 20 minutes. So we'll have to see if he's able to do that. Got the archery range coming up for him. It just looks like he's only going archers at this point in time. And I think archers with outposts is actually a pretty decent combo when you're doing this kind of thing. You're going to be going up against men-at-arms, or not men-at-arms, I apologize. I mean, you could go up against men-at-arms here. Obviously an HRE player, or an HRE player. But now it looks like we've got a little bit of action. But yeah, typically you're going to be going up against a battering ram for clearing stuff like this. And archers don't do particularly well. It looks like we've got the outpost that is trying to go down. A couple of villagers moving forward here, trying to siege it down. Not going to have a lot of luck. You can see that the villagers are actually able to outbuild the sieging units. He's also got the archers there as well, just putting on the pressure. And now the trickle begins of the deer coming in slowly. Plenty of villagers down here as well. We'll check in on his resources. Actually, we'll get these current resources back so you guys can see where they're at. So Eminem's got enough resources now to age up, or at least enough gold to age up. Not enough food, but that will come in, obviously, with the professional scouts. That's going to take time. But yeah, you'll get there. Got to be careful not to lose villagers. Does get the stable up, and you can see now he's going to have the horseman right on top of that. Now, this horseman, you will note, it doesn't actually have the +1. So it's almost like we've gone back a patch for the horseman. This is just a consequence because we are testing out with the closed beta at the moment. And so they've gone back to an old build for it. Just, I think, because it's a bit more solid. I'm not sure exactly why. But he's going to get an outpost up here as well. So I think this should be fine. And losing out. Now, I would suspect that probably means that not only does the horseman have 1 less armor, but the spears for both of these civs aren't going to be able to brace. So it's almost like we're stepping back in time a little bit here, because keep in mind this is part of the new beta. But we can see Eminem almost aged up now. All the sacred sites have been taken. There is only 1 sacred site. Now, this can be a blessing, but it can also be a curse. Why can it be a blessing? It can be a blessing because you've only got to defend 1 sacred site. Why can it be a curse? Well, there's only 1 sacred site for you to take. Now, typically is the Delhi. You want to be out there just capturing all the sacred sites. If you've got 1 over here, then that's 3 sacred sites. That's gold that's trickling into you. You can see right there at the top of the screen, it was 66 gold that came in. And so you're missing out on that. So, that's something to be cognizant of. But behind this, we can see that Bullet is looking to go up to the next stage, I would suspect. Does have the double blacksmith down as the Delhi. I like this move a lot. Still only the single mosque out, and none of these blacksmiths have been made within the area of effect of the mosque. So the Wi-Fi not quite being extended out enough for him. And I would note, he's got 3 scholars inside as well. So not the best base building coming out right now from Eminem. I'm not sure what rank he is. But or rather Bullet Chen, but he is an MYI, or at least he says he's an MYI. You never know. People sometimes they add rankings onto their, or they add clans onto their onto their name and not necessarily a part of it. But I'm going to assume for the moment that the Bullet Chen is going to be dropping down this Regnitz Cathedral in the back of the base. So going to be coming up about 10 minutes, so relatively late, but at the same time he has gone for professional scouts. And so no real surprise that he is dropping down the Regnitz Cathedral here. Very rare to see anybody go outside the Regnitz Cathedral. But we'll have a look at where his relics are. So he's going to be able to pick up the first one over with the Prelate. Another one up towards the north. One more in the middle of the map. Another one over to the west of the map. And then, of course, one over outside the base of Bullet Chen. And, yeah, I mean, at this point in time, it's a pretty simple game that's gone forward. I would suspect we've got a Knight coming out now, which is going to be able to shut down the majority of the fighting here. And from this point, all that Eminem needs to do at this point, in my opinion, is look to collect those relics. So he's got 3 that are relatively easy to access. This one's probably not the easiest, but he's going to be able to grab this one. He's going to be able to grab this one. These ones are uncontested at this point in time. Just go into mass Knights. Literally only Knights. Just make non-stop Knights. And the reason why is because against Delhi, not only in this build do the Delhi spears not brace, but it's going to take a long time for that veteran upgrade to come through. So even after Delhi ages up, you've still got like this nice little window where you can attack them and you can actually do significant damage because they don't have that veteran upgrade. They're only sitting on the hardened spearman. But one of the changes that you will see in the latest build, which I think should be over here. Let's have a look. It'll actually come through in 16 seconds. We'll see it on Steeled Arrow. Is you can actually track upgrades in the UI now. So some pretty big changes coming out, and it's really nice to see. So Horticulture's been complete, but once you see that +1 come in, you're going to see this represented in a different way. So instead of it coming through as a 6, it's 5+1. So it basically tells you if you click on someone's unit, you know, whether they've got +1, whether they've got +2. That sort of thing. And the same happens for armor as well. So it's a really nice little visible change that they've added to the game. Really helps out. So I can click right now on the Men-at-Arms for Eminem, and I know that there are no upgrades that he has got on these at all. They are just very stock standard units because I don't see that. Whereas if I go and click on this Archer, I'm going to see that it has the +1. Therefore, it does have the upgrade. Bullet Chen now going to be going up to the next age, going up with the House of Learning. Behind this, dropping down double blacksmith once again. So he's got 4 blacksmiths out, but making a pretty big error here. No mosque nearby at all for him. So he's got the 1 mosque that just sort of sits out in no man's land. 2 blacksmiths. I mean, ideally, you'd have all 4 of your blacksmiths sitting underneath the mosque, because this is reducing it by a significant amount. I mean, we're talking about how much is it per scholar? Actually, it says he's got 5 scholars. Is there a mosque somewhere else that I'm not seeing? Am I crazy? Oh no, he's probably just, yeah, he's just got them in here. That's all it is. Looks like we've got some Landsknecht coming out as well. And a little bit of a slow game to start us off. But yeah, I mean, so far so good for these guys. Got their upgrades coming in as well. So we can see the +1 Iron Undermesh coming through here. A minute to go on that bad boy. Also got Bloomery coming in. And the double blacksmith over on this side. I mean, there should be one more upgrade for him to do. He's got one queued up here. Needs to get that out of here. But I like this from him. Still yet to grab the House of Learning upgrades at this point in time. But I suspect that Eminem's going to be pushing in. We can see that he's actually picked up the relic that was up here to the north. You can see it's no longer there. And now going to be pushing in with a pretty decent force. He's got the Landsknecht, the Men-at-Arms, also got the Knights out. So I suspect he's probably going to be able to take this. Now, obviously, the outposts are here, and we can see that the archers are trying to get towards the outpost before they die. They don't manage to get in. Only 2 of them manage to actually get in. But we've actually got our first Tower War Elephant for the game going to be coming out here. And this bad boy means business, because he's actually going to be able to do quite a bit of damage here. Now, Sacred Site is getting captured. I don't know whether Bullet Chen's going to be able to hold onto it in time. He's going to be able to hold, you know, the Sacred Site, the position here, but I suspect he's probably going to lose the Sacred Site. You can see that the Knights are trying their best to capture it away. Needs to get this Tower War Elephant down onto top of the Sacred Site. It's going to make it very easy for him. You can see him kiting there, but I don't think he realizes he's losing it. Oh, he is coming back around. He's going for the save. Look at that. Beautiful work right there from Bullet Chen. I'm impressed. I'm getting my pogs out after that. He's actually holding pretty decently. As long as he stays on the Sacred Side, he's got this. Wow, that was impressive. I didn't think he was going to do it. I'm genuinely impressed. I'm not even mad. You ate a whole wheel of cheese? Very, very nice play right there with the Sacred Sites. Yeah, the main issue there is that in my opinion, Eminem just needs to go full Knights. Come in, full Knights, bring everything in. So you see how he's mixing Men at Arms? You don't want to do that. You just want to go full Knights. Especially against the Delhi, just because they're a little bit slower to age up, a little bit slower to get their upgrades in. It makes a lot of sense to do it, but you can see he's coming in. He's just throwing away units at this point. So Eminem trying to snatch away a relic, manages to do it. Now I'm curious whether he knows about the other... Oh my god, a Springle just took that one out. See you, mate. So Springle comes in. Look at this, he's doing a little bit of a relic snipe, but hasn't realized that he's walked past an outpost. Now, he's got a relic over here. Has he grabbed that relic yet? This relic still sits over here very safely. He can see that on his minimap, so I'm curious why he hasn't gone for that as well. He's got 2 relics in the Regnets, so he's got 3,000 gold. Eminem, what, are you saving up for a platinum, mate? What the heck is going on, dude? Number one mistake people make when they're playing with the Holy Roman Empire. Once you get 1 or 2 relics in the Regnets, take your vills off gold. You don't need this many vills on gold at all. You can very much afford to move them out over onto other sources of food, get them out onto wood. You need a lot of infrastructure, so don't be afraid to drop down 5 or 6 stables, but you're going to be more than capable of supporting that. And now we actually see a market getting dropped down. A very wise decision. You know what? I think he's got enough here. If he wanted to just buy all the food, he could probably still age up. But the issue that he's going to have, obviously, Sacred Site is still up, still ticking. Now, if I click on the Sacred Site, it still says 1 out of 1. Really? Really? Come on, guys. Come on. We can fix that. Come on. All right. 3 minutes. There you go. 3 minutes until the Sacred Site ticker turns over. But I've just seen the scores. You can see Eminem's got a massive drop in score. And primarily, that is because he's got all these resources in the bank and he hasn't actually spent them. So that's why his score is so low right now. So his score would be much higher if he wasn't banking up his resources, because you can see all the resources from Bullet Chen are just being put out into the middle of the map here through the form of units. He's also going to be dropping down that town center. You can see the upgrades here. Look at this. How nice are these upgrades? The brand new UI. It looks absolutely amazing. Oh my god, I love it, man. It's a small change, but it makes such a difference. I can just simply see, oh yep, he's got his +1s in. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, really nice. Behind this, we can see the upgrades that he's getting. So still don't have that production queue in the replays just yet. Hopefully we'll get it through soon, but a lot of crossbows coming out for Bullet Chen at the moment. This is going to be very tough for him. Second minute to go. Second gong goes off, and we've got 2 minutes remaining, and it looks like he just taps out. He just says good game. So I was going to suggest that he could have actually grabbed the Mangonel and begun to push this site with a Mangonel, but he didn't have a lot of time left, and if he doesn't... yeah, I think Eminem's probably just disappointed at this point in time that he had that many resources stacked up, didn't get to spend it. You can see at the end he was starting to spend it, but I mean, even at the end, he's still got, more than 2,000 resources that are sitting there. Now, one of the changes that's happened in the beta is you actually have a little button up here that says back, and you can go through to the map. Obviously, I don't have that button, so it means I can't do it. But if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope that you're looking forward to the new changes that are coming through in the beta. A lot of changes in the near future are going to be coming for Age of Empires 4. I've heard rumors that there's a big patch coming in February, so we'll have to see how that plays out. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.